Hi, welcome to Loft Data 1. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Bugonia, Yorgos Lanthimos' remake of the 2003 South Korean cult film Save the Green Planet. This is a conspiracy sci-fi kidnapping thriller starring Plemons and Emmastone. I'm gonna be honest, I'm normally a Yorgos Lanthimos hater. I hated Dogtooth and I didn't care for Kinds of Kindness, but Bugonia, this one almost flipped me. I was fully locked in for most of the runtime, the acting is incredible, the mood is tense, the satire actually felt pointed, and then we hit the ending. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional minor spoiler, but I'll do my best to avoid them. At its core, Bugonia is a sci-fi psychological thriller centered on three characters. Teddy, a deeply troubled man who believes humanity is being manipulated and controlled by aliens. Dawn, his autistic cousin who lives with him and depends on him emotionally. And Michelle, a powerful CEO whose life collides with theirs in a very unexpected way. This movie blends conspiracy culture, corporate power and hypocrisy, ecological anxiety, mental illness, and the idea of who actually gets to define truth. And it does all of that without ever telling you what to believe, which is one of its biggest strengths. This is not a fast, action-heavy sci-fi movie. It's slow, tense, uncomfortable, talky, and character-driven. If you like slow-burn psychological thrillers where dialogue is the battlefield, this movie is absolutely in your lane. One of the biggest reasons Bugonia worked for me is its tone. This is easily one of Lanthimos' most grounded films. Yes, it's strange. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's not abstract for the sake of being abstract. This movie constantly lives in this uneasy space between this person is clearly unstable, and I kind of understand how they got here. That's where the tension comes from. I loved seeing how this film explores conspiracy thinking forms, how people radicalize themselves through isolation, how control can feel like safety, and how corporate language can sound compassionate while still being empty. Nobody in this movie is portrayed as purely evil or purely innocent. Everyone is operating from a worldview that makes sense to them, and that's what makes the interaction so uncomfortable to watch. For example, I love the build up to the kidnapping. Teddy and Dawn prep like two dudes who live inside Reddit threads. They buy supplies, fake masks, cables, cream, and Teddy's rituals are intense. No electronics, fortify your mind, no distractions, no jerking off, chemical castration. It's stuff that sounds crazy, but it's also perfectly believable. There are people who don't drink tap water because of fluoride. Some people believe pigeons spy on them. There's a lot of stuff out there that we might not believe, but a lot of people do. Plemons is fantastic as Teddy. His performance is incredible. He's not flashy, not loud, but deeply committed and frighteningly believable. Teddy is intelligent, deeply wounded, convinced he's doing the right thing, and increasingly detached from reality. What makes the performance work is that Plemons never turns Teddy into a cartoon villain. He's methodical, he's calm, he's articulate, and because of that, he's much scarier. Emmastone brings a different kind of intensity to the film as Michelle. Her character is controlled, composed, intelligent, and incredibly good at navigating high-pressure conversations. She doesn't play Michelle as someone who panics. She portrays her as someone who understands systems and power. Emma's performance is subtle, strategic, and emotionally restrained in a way that perfectly fits the character. She's not there to win your sympathy. She's there to survive, adapt, and manipulate when necessary. Aiden Delbus plays Dawn, and he is the heart of Bugonia. Without spoiling anything major, the film's most emotionally devastating moments revolve around him. He represents loneliness, dependency, and the desire to belong. This movie handles him with surprising sensitivity. It never treats him as a joke or a prop. His emotional reality matters, and you feel the weight of that throughout the film. Visually, Bugonia is fantastic. The cinematography is clean, controlled, and intentionally restrictive. The camera often feels like it's boxing characters in, limiting their space, and reinforcing their mental states. You feel trapped with the characters when the movie wants you to feel trapped. There's also a really effective contrast between a sterile, modern corporate space and a lived-in, run-down, working-class environment. Nothing feels overly stylized or surreal, at least not until the ending. I don't say this lightly, but the ending frustrated the out of me. All of the sound grounded work from the story, the characters, the visuals, and even the music completely get thrown out the door. This movie earns your trust for over an hour and 40 minutes with its intelligence and tension, but instead of committing to the uncomfortable human ideas it was exploring, it pivots in a way that completely undercuts its impact. The ending felt tonally off and completely deflated the emotions the climax built. I really enjoyed this movie, but the ending was an absolute travesty. Anyways, to end my review on a positive note, I enjoyed the music. I'll admit this up front, I thought the music was a little annoying, but as the film went on, I really started to appreciate what it was doing. The score used recurring motifs to make this movie feel nervous with a constant underlying anxiety. It was especially effective in moments of psychological pressure. The sound design was also excellent. I loved the ambient sounds, environmental noise, and even the silence. Everything was deliberate, and there was a constant low-level unease baked into the audio of this movie. So, by the end of the film, I found myself satisfied with the score. Bugonia really surprised me. I didn't expect to like this movie nearly as much as I did, especially coming from a director whose work doesn't usually click with me. For most of its runtime, the film is tense, intelligent, emotionally grounded, and anchored by phenomenal performances. The themes are relevant, the atmosphere is suffocating in the best way, and the filmmaking is sharp and deliberate. I genuinely think Bugonia is a great movie that comes frustratingly close to being perfect. Unfortunately, the final creative choice with the ending kept it from sticking the landing for me. It was as goofy as can be. Still, despite this lackluster ending, I absolutely think this is worth watching. Just be prepared for a movie that challenges you, unsettles you, and might leave you as conflicted as I was when the credits rolled. Thank you for listening to my review of Bugonia. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the video, I'm sending aliens after you. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you could check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.